person was going to come in here. You know, you're all dressed and some belt and pretty. That's not what we expect.
I like to be in disguise.
Oh, is that it? Okay. Does it fool everybody? Does it fool your opponent?
Yeah.
Like, oh, she's too pretty for that.
I'm dressed to kill, you know.
I like that. Kendra said you're funny, you're entertaining. She likes that.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh, what minx?
Alright, so this will be your mic. You just want to plug directly into it. These will be your headphones.
You're from Essex?
And this is
Essex, which is like Greater London.
Yep.
So like,
I love your accent.
oh, thank you.
Love it.
It's the London Borough of Haven.
Okay, that's cool. That's one place I've always wanted to go that I haven't been.
Really?
Very much so. So how old are you? Oh, you're 25. You're only 25? Yeah, are you?
I was fun.
How are you? How do you want to be?
I told you that.
I actually just found that article. I was just looking
We
for
got
stuff
20
to go
seconds.
with.
Okay, those are your headphones. You can
27.
adjust. Okay, well, you can be whatever you want.
I can be whatever I want,
That's
man.
fine.
So I put this on.
Yep, and you can adjust the volume here. If it's too loud or too just whatever.
Right. 21 at night.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying tuned to 910 AM Superstation, the voice of Detroit. I'm Karen Dumas, and you are listening to The Pulse. Well, this interview is going to be fun. Our next guest says she is dressed to kill. I expected to find some 200-pound person with no teeth and, a real, bad grill and a bad attitude. Instead, we've got this svelte model-like person that comes in, and she's all perfectly combed and pretty and everything, and she is a champion wrestler. Heidi Katrina, how are you? Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, thanks for having me.
How you doing? So wait a minute, when you're fooling us, where's the real wrestler? You cannot be the wrestler.
I told you, I'm in disguise.
You're in disguise? Okay, now I have to ask you this because to look at you, nobody would ever expect you to be a championship wrestler. Does that help you while you're in the ring?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm in disguise, but when I get in the ring, my true identity comes out.
And what is your true identity, Heidi?
I'm a killer. What can I say?
You're a killer. All right, so tell me, sir, how did somebody like you? And I have to say that because, we think of Ronda Rousey, we think of people in the ring. Women aren't always the most attractive in the ring, and you're defying that. So let's talk about where did your interest in wrestling come from?
Well, I used to watch wrestling when I was younger with my brother on TV, and I thought it was pretty cool.
So there's wrestling in London. I mean, on television, is that big there?
Yeah. Okay. We used to watch, American wrestling on TV, and it was pretty cool. And then one day I was like, yeah, I might have to do that. I'll give it a shot.
And so, did you wrestle with your brothers prior to?
Yeah.
Were they your guinea pigs?
Me and my brother, we used to throw each other around.
No. Okay. And obviously, did you win?
Of course.
Okay, well, 313-209-9000. We are talking with Heidi Katrina. She is from Essex, and she is in the United States. Why? What brings you to the U.S.?
I'm currently doing a tour of the world, so I end up in the States at the moment, which is just lovely. I'm really happy to be here. Everyone's so nice.
Yeah, we are. We're pretty cool people. Is this your first time in Michigan and in Detroit?
Yeah, it's my first time in the States wrestling, actually.
Really?
Yeah, and I've had such a warm welcome. I feel like really, really lucky.
Okay, yeah, we're pretty decent people every now and then. Don't believe everything you hear or read. So tell me the places that you've been so far, and where are you going next?
So I've been to obviously Detroit, Indiana, Tennessee. I've been to kind of just around a couple states. I've been to Florida. I just want to spread around as much as possible, really. I'm off to Japan in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
But I'll be back.
And is that for a match there?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me about the women wrestling, I guess, industry. Is it a big deal? I mean, it's not something I necessarily follow, so I apologize. Maybe I'll be a new fan, but tell me, what is it like?
Well, actually, it's kind of a man's world, and the women in the man's world, we have to all stick together and be strong and powerful.
Until you get in the ring with one of them.
Yeah. Well, I bust a few guys around. What can I say?
I can imagine. Well, I can't imagine, but I believe you. That's a good thing. So you've been wrestling, rather, for how long?
So it's about 4.5 years now. So
and you've already got a belt.
Yeah, I've had a couple championship belts. I've worked very, very hard to be where I am today, and I feel very lucky.
All right, so when you say you've worked hard, what do you do to be a championship wrestler?
A lot of bumps and bruises. But to me, they're battle wounds, and it's all part of, you know, another notch in your belt on the way to success, in my eyes.
So so where are you as it relates, you know, to the hierarchy of what woman wrestler, you know? I mean, I don't know how all this works, but where are you in the overall scheme of things?
Wow, I'm still standing, so that's a good start.
Okay, oh, you're good. She's good. I can see you on stage. You got a little, you know, comedic kind of thing. But where are you as it relates to? I mean, how do you fare? In England or in Europe, I mean,
I'm doing all right.
I mean,
I'm an international pro wrestler, so I'm not doing too bad.
Really?
But you can always do better.
Well, we can, but you're holding your own.
Yeah,
and that's a good thing. So, what are your plans for 2017? I mean, you're currently going around the states. Are you fighting in the areas that are you wrestling rather in the areas that you are visiting in the states?
Yes.
Okay.
My plans for 2017 just kick butt, really. Keep going, you know. Build myself a legacy.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Now, tell me what you do tell me how you train first, because everybody's the new year. Everybody's talking about, you know, getting in shape and all that. Certainly, you know, you obviously know what to do. So, give us some tips on how we can train.
Well, I'm a bit crazy. I train probably too much, but I like to not be able to walk at the end of my training sessions.
What kinds of things do you do though?
Lots of power stuff. I lift heavy things.
Okay.
Good for throwing people around. You know, if anyone steps out of line.
I promise not to. I know my limits. So okay, so you do a lot of lifting. What else? Do you run? What kind of cardio do you do? What's your overall workout look like?
It's about 1.5 to 2 hours long. Lots of high intensity interval training. Lots of power. Lots of core. Lots of strength, and just lifting heavy stuff.
Just lifting heavy so you can throw them down. All right,
Yes.
what's been your most interesting bout to date, and why? What made it interesting?
I was just over in Germany. I wrestled a Japanese girl in Germany. That was pretty awesome. The German crowd, it's like no other. For example, I was in the locker room and I was like, oh, God, I need some water. Can I get some water? Oh, no, we don't have any water. We've only got beer. I was like, awesome.
So did you drink the beer?
Well, what can you do?
Yeah, you needed to be hydrated, right?
When in Rome.
Do as the Romans. So how did that impact your performance?
I tried to keep it till afterwards, but the crowd was great. The Japanese, very, very well engineered athlete. We just had a bunch of fun. Like, she was really small and I was really big, and we just basically just killed each other.
Oh wow! So how do your fans follow you, Heidi? Website, social media? How do you tell us all those things?
Well, they track me down on social media, come to my shows, and I just really am thankful for all the support that I get worldwide. You know, it's wonderful. It's really humbling.
Okay, well, listen, I'm reading this, and it says that they wanted you to be an Angelina Jolie, Lara Croft, because you are kind of a lookalike to them, but your agency wanted you to be a stunt double, and you said no.
Yes, that's correct. I just kind of figured I don't really want to be in the background. I want to be in the foreground. So
all your shyness is just too much. If you're just tuning in, we are talking to champion world female wrestler. I don't know how to also describe her, Heidi Katrina. She is currently on tour, on a domestic tour here in the United States, as she heads to Japan to win some more stuff. You can check her out on Facebook at Heidi Katrina, as well as on Twitter. Do you have a website, Heidi?
I don't have a website. I have enough time keeping up with all my social media as it is.
So do you manage it yourself, or do you have somebody?
I do.
You do?
It's everything is all me.
Okay, it's all you. You get the real deal.
Yeah.
All right.
I work hard.
How many, I don't know, but how many followers do you have?
I don't know.
That means it's a lot. Because usually when people don't have a lot, they're like, oh, I got tons. Okay, so you have a lot. Let's talk about what other things you enjoy. You do. Obviously, you enjoy what you do. But when you're not, what kind of music do you listen to? What do you do to kind of take it down a notch? Or do you ever take it down, Heidi? Not the people down, but do you ever take it down a notch?
I don't really take anything down a notch. I'm a pretty wild human being, you know. But I like art.
Okay.
That's really, I like to see art and make art. I like music, lots of all types of music. Who are some of your favorite artists? You know, hearing you talk, I have to, who I miss, hearing your voice.
from your part of the world.
Not Adele, right?
No, not Adele.
Oh, good.
I said,
Everybody says that.
No, I'm thinking Amy, man. When just
Amy Winehouse.
Yes.
Oh, she's from the kind of the same area as me. Well, kind of East London.
Okay, but
She's cool.
Did you? Well, yeah, she was, but I miss Amy. Amy is.
Oh, there was only one Amy.
Only one Amy. I actually saw the documentary. It is just so. Yes, it was just so sad. But just hearing your voice reminded me of it. Who would you? So I take it you're not an Adele fan, and that's okay.
I'm not really into the poppy kind of commercial music. I like kind of crazy stuff.
The underground.
Kind of crazy electric stuff.
Okay, well, that's fine. That's nothing. And what else do you do when you're not training?
Well, I'm always on the move. I like to adventure as much as possible. So I mean, I'm pretty focused on the task in hand. So wrestling is my life all the time.
Now, if you go into a bank and you happen to encounter problems, certainly nobody's going to expect that you could actually take them down. Would you intervene in a situation if you saw somebody trying to attack an old lady?
Well, people just be flying upside down, wouldn't they?
you take them down for real.
Yeah, and all that's left is me and the old lady just chilling.
Oh, that's so nice.
And here's your purse back, right?
Oh, okay. And nobody would ever suspect. If you're just tuning in, we are talking to Heidi Katrina. She is visiting here from Essex on a domestic tour. She is a female wrestler, and she is a belt holder. She is a championship female wrestler, and she's headed to Japan shortly to continue to add some notches to her belt, no pun intended. And she decided to carve out some time to stop by and talk with us. Our number is 313-209-9000. So, Heidi, I hear you that you're pretty friendly. You've attracted some people that say, hey, she's pretty cool. I like hanging out with her, making friends at the gym. Where are you working out?
I work out at 3 different places.
Okay.
I met the lovely Kendra at Lifetime Fitness. She helps me out there, and I train at LA Fitness. If I've got heavy stuff, count me in.
All right.
So that's all good.
So let's talk about your diet, because that's always the other part of working out. And so many of us, especially here in America, have a problem with when we're trying to be healthy. What kind of things do you like to eat?
Everything.
Everything? Are you serious?
I'm a bit naughty.
What do you like to eat, Heidi? I mean, tell me, if we could prepare you your ideal meal right now, what would it be?
Anything in this country.
Really?
Yeah, your food's very delicious, but I have to make
That's
sure.
our problem in America. Our
Yeah.
food is delicious and it's generous.
Especially your donuts, but anyway.
Oh, wait a minute. Have you had Dutch Girl donuts?
No.
Kendra, take her to Dutch Girl. She has to have Dutch Girl donuts. And have you been to Coney Island? Okay, I'm going to call Grace Carroll. Grace would love to have you. Now, you won't get the belt for eating the most conies, but you have to go. I'm going to send her a text message before you pee. And I'm going to have her, you're going to be my guest down at American Coney Island. You got to go and check it out. So what you said you like to do adventurous things when you travel. What kind of adventurous things have you done or are you planning to do while you're here in Detroit?
I like to kind of sightsee a little bit, I like to get a feel of the area that I'm wrestling in. I like to see I kind of like, not artifacts, but I like to know the history of where I am, how everything got to be, and I just want to explore and know, I'm a bit of a traveler.
So what did you hear about Detroit before you came? This is your first trip here. What did you hear or think about Detroit before you got here? And met wonderful people like us and Kendra and everybody else.
Yeah. I guess the only thing I knew really about Detroit, part of my ignorance was kind of like, the film 8 Mile.
That's it.
That's about it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, and what have you since learned that's different from just 8 Mile? That's what everybody thinks. Where is 8 Mile? Did you take her to 8 Mile, Kendra?
I have not, no.
Don't take. Oh, yeah. We got other stuff than just 8 Mile.
Really.
So what have you learned about Detroit, its people, and our city since you've been here?
I've learned that as a society, you guys are just so lovely, honestly. Just so warm, so welcoming, so generous, and so sweet. You just maybe don't so much get that all the time in England.
I know. Are there not some people aren't friendly in England?
So. Half and half. Well, because it's raining all the time and people always bump into you. But
kind of like New York almost. So, do they say anything or no?
Well,
I know they're not. You're not. You probably elbow people when they bump into you. But, because I found Germany to be pretty, very cold. Is it like that?
It was
I don't mean
cold.
geographically. I mean in terms of the people. They were very, just like you see in the movies. Everybody in Germany is real staunch face. And
put it this way: if two of you are walking towards each other, that person is not going to stop. So you either move out of the way or you're
Are you
moved
gonna
out
get
of the way.
bumped?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you're just tuning in, we're talking with Heidi Katrina. She is visiting here from Essex. She is on a domestic tour. She is a female wrestler. You never know it looking at her. She looks more like a model. They wanted her to be a stunt double for Angelina Jolie, her Laura Croft character, but she said no. She says, I don't want to be in the background. I'm going to be in the foreground, and she is in the foreground as a belt-holding championship female wrestler. You are a sponsored athlete by Rhino Power. What is that?
So it's like a protein supplement company in Europe, United States, and they just want me to try out different things to see what works. Because my supplements are a very big part of my regime as an athlete, and in terms of the gym. I think that it's very fundamental to get that good mix of like diet, supplements, and hard work to see results.
Well, what kind of supplements matter? I mean, to keep you going. I mean, because we all try to figure out what vitamins work, what supplements work, and we're not talking about performance-enhancing supplements.
No,
we're
of
talking
course.
about nutritional enhancements or nutritional supplements.
Well, for me, I like to stick with the basic kind of multivitamin for women, which is like just the vitamin A, B, C, just a nice mix, and a good mix of zinc and magnesium and everything for the bones. And I like to start my morning with some vitamins and like some 100% pure vitamin C powder. So I mix that all nice, and you just feel ultimately refreshed.
So I kind of feel a Rhino Powder brand, the Heidi mix coming on. I mean, yeah, do you think that's possible? And that way, once you find out what works, you can put. I'm kind of giving you a business idea here, Heidi. So once it works, at least send me a case of it so I can try it.
I mix. To be honest, I tried loads of things out. It's Rhino Power just want me to sample their goods, but I stick to a lot of different brands, whichever works for me really. I swear by amino acids, which are branch chain amino acids. They're very fundamental when lifting in the gym for muscle repair and making those gains.
Yeah, I see. She's got the guns, ladies and gentlemen. She's got the guns. If you're watching us on 910amsuperstation.com, we are talking to Heidi Katrina. So glad to welcome you here to the United States. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate you taking time to stop by. What else are you doing? I mean, tell me what your agenda includes tonight. You going back to work out again, or you and Kendra going to hang out? What's going on?
I'm probably going to have to work out again.
You're going to work out?
Get my fix for the day.
Okay, so that's kind of addictive once you get started, and you like the outcome.
Yeah, for sure. I like to look in the mirror and model my body, and it's like a sculpture, Oh, that bit needs doing, that bit needs finishing off.
So why aren't you a model? Why isn't that part of the other half of Heidi?
Actually, I quit modeling to do wrestling.
What? That's backwards.
I thought it was much cooler,
Yeah, it is cooler. I mean, it's cooler because you're attractive. Now, if you weren't, then that wouldn't be a good mix. But, in America and, internationally, we think about people doing 2 and 3 things. And as an athlete, you have the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I do little bits for modeling here and there, but it's not so much. It's just for more fun and favours for people, really, not so much the high fashion stuff anymore. Now I've got muscles.
You've got muscles. All right. So where are you wrestling here? Where can people see you? Either are you going to compete here, or are you going to just find somebody to beat up? Randomly.
Yeah, just start on people.
Well, listen, I'm going to put you in touch with Chief Craig. He'd love to have you. You could bring down our crime numbers some as well.
I'll gladly help you out.
So where will you be wrestling here in Detroit?
Friday. I can't remember the area.
Kendra, do you know where she's fighting?
Kendra knows.
Birch Run Expo Center.
Oh, okay. Birch Run Expo Center.
It's on
Well,
Facebook.
You're going to be a Birch
Yeah,
Run.
guys, come down.
What time and where? I thought I had that information.
Doors open at 6:30. Starts at 7.
6:30. Give Kendra a mic so I can hear her, please.
Give her a round of applause as well.
And give her a round of
Know my
applause for reviewing
schedule.
as well. Because what we do
More than
without
me.
Kendra, no, thank you. See, we got your round of applause. Okay, Kendra. So where can we see Heidi wrestle here in the metropolitan Detroit area?
This Friday she'll be at the Birch Run Expo Center. That's right off of 75. And then next Friday is actually in Melvindale at Play Atlantis.
Okay.
Same times. Doors open at 6:30 and it starts at 7.
All right. Now, how do they get tickets? Do they just show up?
They can get tickets at the door. I think adults are 15 and children are 12.
We have to come see you wrestle, girl. We have to come and check you out.
Please, by all means.
All right, we have to do that. But when are you coming back to Detroit?
So when I leave for Japan, I'll be back after 3 months.
Okay.
to do my second tour of the States.
Okay, you're going to come back and tell us what else is going on next time
Absolutely.
you're in town.
Well, hopefully I'll have a couple.
Well, hold up your
more
belt and
to-
show everybody that's watching us on Facebook Live or on live stream at 9:10 a.m. Superstation. You can see her belt, and she's going to come back with some more next time.
For sure.
I'm going to have to put you in touch. Grace, if you're listening, I'm about to send them to you at some point so they can come down. She's not had a coney. You have to have a coney. You got to go to American Coney
Please.
Island and go and check them out. I'm going to text Grace on the break, and we're going to get you down there.
Awesome.
Kendra, you know where Coney Island is. American
Oh, yeah.
Coney Island on Michigan, Lafayette.
Oh
I
yeah.
think there's one right by my gym,
No,
conveniently.
no. That's not it.
No, you gotta go to the original.
You can't.
Okay.
That's a different
I'm up for the
thing.
challenge.
Yeah, of course you are. One that you will certainly win. Heidi Katrina, make sure you follow her on Facebook and on Twitter. It is HeidiKatrin. Is that 2 A's or
And
one?
it's 2 A's. I
It's
also
2
have
A's.
an Instagram as well.
Oh, you got, and she's also on Instagram. All
It's
right, so
Heidi
you-
Katrina with 2 A's.
with 2 A's. You got to
On the
check her
end.
out. Give her some support. Show her some Detroit love. We're so happy for you. Best
Thank
wishes for
you.
continued success. And thank you so much for stopping by the
My
Pulse.
pleasure.
We certainly appreciate it. And you got to let us know when you come back.
Of
And I want to know
course.
how you like that coney. I'm going to call Grace on break. And
Perfect.
speaking of food, coming up next, we got a challenge for you from Regina Hunter from Jungle Juice Bar and Donis Hicks. He is with Living for Life Wellness. I don't know if you're up for this challenge, but we'll tell you all about it when the Pulse returns.
Awesome.
I got to call Grace and tell